Y'all know I will never miss a chance to dunk on Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski, but I'm also one who is perfectly willing to give credit where credit is due, but I'm also somebody who doesn't count their chickens before they hatch. So while I was uploading a video about the Epstein Files, I saw this in my FYP.
We have some pretty big news right now. Lisa Murkowski, a Republican senator from Alaska, will be voting yes on releasing the Epstein Files after just voting no 2 months ago in the United States Senate. This is a pretty important shift. Remember, Epstein survivors need over 10 Republicans in the United States Senate to break from their own party to create a veto-proof majority in the Senate.
Okay, a couple of things here. It is Tuesday, November 17th, about 10:30 a.m., and Aaron Parnas just posted that a little bit ago. According to KTUU2 News in Alaska, 3 days ago, Lisa Murkowski said it was about time and called for the House to release the Epstein Files. She pledged her yes vote if it passes the House and gets sent to the Senate. Lisa has a long history of saying she's going to do something and then, Now, I did a video a couple of months ago about how Lisa already changed her mind and voted no in the past about this, and how she has some connections to Ghislaine Maxwell. So you're welcome to go search up that video and watch it. But in particular here, I understand what Aaron is saying, right? We need 60 votes in the Senate to make sure that this passes. So yeah, if you're an Alaskan, you should be on the horn and saying, yes, Lisa, please vote for this. We need this. The country needs this. This is the morally correct thing to do. The Epstein victims need justice. The nation deserves to know what's happening. Yeah, call her, say all of that to her, right? And any pressure we can put on any other Republicans in the Senate to flip, that's stellar, much needed. But I can't help but wonder a little bit about whether we are seeing people want to vote yes now, because the Epstein Files may not be released even if Congress votes for it. Because Lisa and her buddy Susan Collins have a long history of being like, oh, we'll vote no as long as it doesn't actually change the outcome of the vote. Or if all of the Republicans want something to fail, they will be the 1 or 2 votes to vote yes, because they know they have the numbers for it to fail. And then they can kind of virtue signal to their moderate constituents and not get in trouble. But they knew all along that it was a meaningless yes or no vote, and the majority was going to go ahead and go the other way. It's when it's down to 1 vote, like it was last time on releasing the Epstein Files, that Lisa Murkowski voted against it. They're only willing to engage in those kind of behaviors if it is a pivotal vote that will make sure they are in alignment with their party and MAGA Republicans, the fascist GOP, advance their cause and their agenda. I don't like calling it a cause. I don't know why I said that. It's a fascist agenda. It's not some kind of righteous cause. I've heard a number of attorneys, though, including Jessica McDonald, say that even if this passes the House and the Senate, that the files may still not be released. Let her explain really quickly, and then I have some thoughts.
They're never going to release the files regardless of any vote in Congress. I've made another video called Checkmate on the Files that's pinned. You can go watch that for me to explain to you what they have done now to use the justice system to make it to where it doesn't matter if Congress votes to release the files. They have an open investigation, then DOJ won't release them. So we're never going to see what the DOJ has. So the only way for us to see the files is for the people who have parts of them to release them to the public.
What Jessica means by that, as best as I understand it, is that because Pam Bondi, at the order of Donald Trump, has opened an investigation into Democrats regarding the Epstein Files, the Justice Department has a policy that they don't release evidence around active investigation. So that neatly has made it so that even if there is this vote, Pam Bondi could be like, no, this is an open investigation. We won't release anything, which is, by the way, I believe why Joe Biden didn't release information in the Epstein Files, because it's DOJ policy that if there are open investigations, you don't release it. So that's concerning. I mean, we understand this is a massive cover-up of just an unbelievable scale. We are not prepared for what's going to happen when everything does come out. And we know that Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, they're going to do everything they can to prevent the files from being released. So this kind of a move doesn't really surprise me. But then I heard from my friend Brian ODC, who he is an attorney as well. And he said, well, it's just a law, right, that the DOJ can't release these files if there's an open investigation. So Congress could just pass a new law. Like everybody who is voting to release the files now, they could just pass a new law And then that would get around that. So every time the regime tries to do something, it gives us a chance to strategize. It gives us a chance to react. It gives us a chance to try to figure out how to get around them. There's no such thing as like, oh, they're all done. It's all done. They did a thing and now we're just stuck with it. We can't possibly strategize about how to subvert them, how to overrule them, how to get justice. Yeah, y'all, there is no end. There is no action that the Trump regime takes where it's like, well, guess we give up now. Don't let them fool you. So I appreciate Jessica saying like the DOJ is using this tactic. Donald Trump is using this tactic, but I still don't believe that we will never get the Epstein files released. I am incredibly skeptical as to whether Lisa Murkowski is going to vote yes and as to whether she was ever going to vote yes if she thought the Epstein files were going to be released. Yep, we do need to pressure her to vote yes, especially if you're an Alaskan, if you're one of her constituents. We need to be pressuring every Republican to vote yes because we need that kind of political capital, that political power of having it past both the House and the Senate so that when Donald Trump tries to block it, it's going to be really, really bad for him. It's going to be really obvious, like, hey, why are you so intent on protecting PDF files? Why are you so intent on protecting men who prey on teenage girls? Traffic them, exploit them. Why are you so intent on protecting this information? If you're so innocent, if it's just a hoax, Donald Trump, and if you had nothing to do with any of this, then why don't you just release the files? After all, your own party wants you to. Except for Mike Johnson, who doesn't want this to happen at all. Anyway, we'll see how Lisa Murkowski votes. We'll see how this goes down. I'm going to wait to hear that roll call vote and to hear Lisa Murkowski stand up and say aye. I will not be counting my chickens before they hatch.